All right, guys. Welcome to episode 6 of the Stay Fly podcast with Utility Disc Golf. I'm Nick.
I'm Tanner.
And we're excited because we made it to number 6, right?
Yep, 666.
Whoa.
So, I mean, episode 6?
Episode 666.
You know, Nick, we have a new intro for our YouTube channel, and I also have it pulled up
you should
for
play
our listeners on our podcast. So let's do our little intro.
Well, the listeners are just going to hear the music.
Yeah.
A catchy jingle.
Catchy jingle, but just know that it's us doing
And
cool
for the
stuff.
people with the YouTube video, are they going to get to see it?
They're going to see it.
Okay.
So let's just sit back and watch this on my computer. Ready? All right. That was pretty sweet.
I love it. Tanner did an excellent job on that.
Thank you.
I think it's clean and professional, and it's not cheesy. And I think that's something that I noticed on some videos is that I'm like, oh, like that was just kind of cheesy, like the way that it looked. It looked like kind of like Windows Movie Maker, but that was like straight up.
No, this is After Effects.
Yeah, that
two
was like
YouTube tutorials, about 3 hours to make that 15
that was straight
seconds.
up Adobe Premiere in your face.
Yeah, so we're up in the production value. We probably should get an audio mixer still.
Yep.
Trying to slowly add things. The budget is weak. With
The
utility.
budget is weak. We're what you call disc golf rich, but we're not even disc golf rich. So
We're slowly accumulating a lot of plastic.
yeah, we're amateur disc golfers and amateur businessmen, so we just get paid in script.
Yeah.
We're paid in plastic. Somebody's knocking on the door on our podcast. How
We
rude.
just started. Let's go check it out.
Who is that?
Well, next goes and checks to see who's at the door. Maybe it's one of our sponsors. So got a package. Nick, is it a utility package? No.
No.
All right. So I was just saying that it might have been one of our sponsors.
It's not. Unfortunately, I was really excited that we were about to get like some dynamic discs just sent right to us in the middle of a podcast. Sorry about that introduction, guys. It's actually just some engagement announcement photos.
Oh, congratulations. So
yeah, but let's
speaking
get back
of
to the disc
sponsors,
golf.
we want to thank our sponsors for helping us get to where we are right now. Our first sponsor is discgolfcenter.com.
Yes.
They've been sponsoring us since about our third video that we posted on YouTube.
I'll call them the OG sponsor for us right now.
Yeah, Disc Golf OG, Disc Golf Center OG.
Yep.
And they have 20,000 discs on hand. You can select the weight, the color. They have free shipping on orders over $12.
Most discs you buy are over $12, so that's good. So check out discgolfcenter.com. Another one of our sponsors is a little more specific. Would be the Discmania media team that we're on. So we work with Discmania. They send us some product each month of new stuff that came out. As you saw, we did. What was the first disc they sent us? Why can't I think of it?
Luster DDX.
Oh yeah, the Luster DDX in the C-line plastic, and we did a little review for that. You can check that out on our YouTube and whatnot. Sweet disc, love that disc, love how far it goes. And one of the newest discs they just sent us was the newly released C-line PDX. PDX is in a mold that's already been out, but it's now releasing like a stock C-line. So that's cool. So Discmania, check them out. They're really moving forward this year, having the year of the Shield. They're going to just continue to grow the sport in their ways that they do it, and I'm excited to see that. I know that Avery and there was another dude that were looking for names for like a Discmania podcast that they're going to have. Remember all those?
Podcast. I think they're trying to have a weekly Facebook Live show.
Oh, okay. So a Discmania show.
Yeah. So it's going to be Avery Jenkins, and I think they're going to have pros on talking about some tips and some product reviews possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And so big things are coming from Discmania this year.
Totally.
Seems like a lot of the companies in disc golf are stepping it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting.
It's exciting. So check out Discmania. If you haven't heard of them, they're a great company, one of the sister companies of Innova. I think they're like the European Innova. So
yeah.
Cool. If you know Eagle and Simon, then you probably know Discmania. Some other sponsors, Dynamic Disc always. They're always just growing the sport, helping us out. We help them. We got some exciting things in the works with them, but we can't talk about them. So so that's all you get.
But we can't talk about them.
So Dynamic Disc is another people that grow the sport in a huge way, and this year's only going to be another step forward for the Trilogy brand. I know they got Westside got like brought to the States and stuff.
Yeah, Latitude has those 2 new discs coming out, Explorer and the Ballista Pro.
Yeah, a couple of those on the way.
I watched the 1-minute review with the Ballista Pro. I know we saw the Wysocki one together the other day, but the Ballista Pro one came out with Feldberg, and he was like, "This is a great hyzer to flat disc, hyzer flip to flat disc," and I'm like, "What?" And then you see the other 3 pros talk about it, and it's like Johnny McRae, Devin Owens, and man, I think there's one more, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a very stable wind disc." And then Dave Feldberg's like the oldest guy on the team almost, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a hyzer flip to flat disc."
That's interesting too, because Dave Feldberg isn't like known for his like
power,
his like crushing distance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he doesn't bomb because he's a pro.
Didn't you say that he's kind of the original hyzer boy though? He kind of has a natural hyzer release.
It seems like it. He has that very like, I know he's like super into like biomechanics, and he's a really good teacher. And I'm watching.
I think he went to school for it.
Yeah, he has like a master's in teaching and sports education teaching, right?
I think he has a master's in teaching. I could be wrong. It's just from clinics I've seen. But I think it's like he could be a gym teacher right now.
Totally.
I think he has like a kinesiology major. I think that's what it was back in the day because he's a little older.
Yeah.
Like my degree is called exercise science. I think back in the day, kinesiology is just like the study of movement.
So he applies that to how he teaches. His clinics are great, but that's interesting that he thinks it's a hyzer flip to flat disc.
Speed 14.
We got a Ballista Pro and an Explorer coming. Shout out Dynamic. We're gonna try those out. Probably do like mini review on them or something. Those actually just got released today.
Yeah,
it's the 23rd, February 23rd today. I know those. I heard they sold out in 30 minutes on Dynamic site. The Explorers did and stuff, and then they restocked them and they sold out again. So
they've been hyping the Explorer. Like once you have Wysocki put his name on it, like they're gonna sell.
And Wysocki said he's been working closely with Latitude to do that. Like for the last 6 months, they've been putting that together. So it's kind of cool when you have the current world champion, 2-time world champion, really in on the development of a disc, because I just feel like it's going to be good. It has some really good, solid input from somebody that's proven to be a solid player.
Heard it has a lot of glide. It's like a very straight fairway driver, and it has a lot of glide.
Predictable fade too.
Predictable fade. For us amateurs, it might be.
This is Ricky saying this. So.
Yeah, it's Ricky saying it, who has pretty good power. I would say that I'm expecting that it's going to be a stable, like a kind of. I bet you it's going to feel like a Thunderbird. If you had to compare it to something in my bag, I bet you it's going to be more stable than we expect.
Yeah. I'm excited to try it out. Who knows? Well, who knows what it's like? I'm just ready. I'm ready for it. I was really hoping that was it at the door.
I know. I was like, Nick, go answer, please. We have some stuff coming.
Let's do on our next sponsor, Disc Life. Disc Life is a disc golf clothing apparel company that we are working with. I got some stuff in the works with them, some utility disc golf collaboration, utility and disc life collaborations.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that. Checking them out at disclife.co. You can use utility to get free shipping on their website. So use that promo code and it helps us out and you get free shipping. Who doesn't like free shipping? I don't know about you, but like even people at work I see them, there's this girl, she'll be like online shopping and she'll be fine spending like $200, but when that $10 shipping comes in, she's like, nah.
Not happening. Yeah.
What's with this shipping, right?
I know. That's why I have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I do 2-day shipping.
Shipping is always, people are like, what? So use utility code or a promo code utility on disclife.co. Check out their sweet disc golf tees, hats. They have sweatshirts on there too?
I don't know if they have sweatshirts. They're
Maybe
from Tennessee, so their weather's a little different than us. But I'd say that before we even started working with them, just like looking at their lineup, they have the coolest graphics as far as disc golf related stuff.
Casual, but also has that like sporty disc golf vibe. So really like it, and the material is great.
They're like 50-50 blend shirts, so they're nice and soft, cotton, polyester, I believe. So they're super comfortable.
So check them out, disclife.co. Really good guys. Support them. Support local people like us, just building their own business and brand.
Yeah, and then not really a sponsor, but well, I guess they technically are.
Oh,
we are working with a new company.
Yeah, we just started out. You can tell them about it. Do it.
So. Prodigy Disc. We have a buddy of ours, I guess you could say, a friend of the show.
I have a couple friends or a couple of friends or acquaintances. Corey Jones over from the West Side is on the Prodigy Street team. I know of Jay Kaskin, who's up from Alaska. I've met him before and came down to the West Side. He's on the Prodigy Street team. But Cameron Sheehan, down from the Tri-Cities area in Washington State, just moved up from the street team this year onto their next little team. I'm not sure of the name of it. I'm sorry. But you'd be watching out for him at Las Vegas Challenge.
Yep, he's playing.
So I don't know if he mentioned utility to him or not, but we recently got reached out to by them, and they're gonna start sending us a little bit of product, and we're gonna be able to review them. I know they got some new product come out. They just had the
Their hybrid series, I believe.
They're like retooling their hybrid series. I don't want to give too much on it because I'm not like super detailed on it yet, and that's why I'm excited. We are excited to work with them.
It's a company that neither of us have a whole lot of experience with. You have more than I do.
I've thrown one Prodigy disc. It was an F7.
Yeah, which is the fairway driver.
Yeah, it's like an understable fairway driver.
Yeah.
My friend Brian throws it now.
So I'm excited to try out a new lineup, and man, there's so many discs out there that I feel bad sometimes when I don't, like when I get a disc, I'm like, man, this is really nice, but it's just like
so many others.
It's
like
your children, you know. It's like you have so many nice children, but only so many people get to make the team.
I don't have a bunch of nice children.
Well,
that was a weird analogy.
Well, it's like you love the disc, right?
Yeah.
But you only have, like, for us, I think we counted the other day like 23 to 27 spots in our bag.
Oh yeah.
And so like sometimes your kids don't make the cut. Sometimes
you gotta make choices.
Sometimes you're going on vacation and you leave some behind.
Sometimes it just happens.
I'm gonna keep going with this analogy, Nick.
All right. Well, so Prodigy Disc, be on the lookout for them. They're supporting utility disc golf, so support them as well.
Yeah, we're looking to, utility. Like from the beginning, our mission statement was we're gonna be the one-stop shop basically.
Yeah.
For all your disc golf needs. So any company that wants to reach out to us or wants to work with us, we're down to work with everybody.
Yeah, we don't want to be exclusive. We want to grow the sport as a whole because disc golf needs that. It's not to the point where, pardon me, golfers, but ball golf. Every time I say ball golf around any of my friends who ball golf, they're like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" Until I say golf. They want me to distinguish disc golf, but for us disc golfers, we know golf is disc golf.
Mm-hmm.
But just be on the lookout. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Excited about Prodigy.
So let's get into today's topics.
Well, I'm really excited because disc golf season's here.
Kind of. It's about 10 degrees outside. I'm not sure if you've walked outside,
Yeah.
Nick.
Well, not here in Spokane, but in the world, the Disc Golf National Tour has started the Las Vegas Challenge, formerly known as the Gentlemen's Club Challenge, which I always thought was kind of funny because if you guys know what a Gentlemen's Club is, isn't that a strip club?
Ooh. I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was like, it was a men tournament.
I guess. Anyways, regardless of what it was, I think the name change was good.
Yeah.
But the tournament's still the same, but it's even better because usually tournaments, especially national tour stops, are always improving. And we had the first round happen yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The 22nd. With the 22nd. Today's the 23rd, but we're recording this. You're going to hear this hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully tonight I'll have it up.
But so the Las Vegas Challenge is down in Las Vegas, and they have 3 courses, 4 rounds for most people, but I also know there's a cut after the 3rd round. So down there, I've heard a couple of things. I'm sure you guys have heard that there was a lot of wind going on. We didn't see a bunch of familiar pro faces at the top of the lead cards after the first round. I know that the people who teed off earlier definitely dodged a lot of the wind that we heard of. And if you check out now, Jomez has first round coverage of the feature card, which was Nate Sexton,
Simon Lizotte, Ricky Wysocki, and Igor McMahon.
Yes, sir. Some top dogs. And I don't think none of them ended up being on the lead card, even though Eagle shot a nice round of 5 down. I was wondering why they didn't get on the lead card. And when we watch the footage, you're going to see it's super windy out. So I'm really curious. I'm kind of wishing they had coverage of the first round or some of the earlier cards to see the really difference in weather. So we saw now on the lead card. I'm going to pull up the lead card right now just so you guys know. Hopefully I'm not spoiling it for y'all.
I got the lead card up.
Oh, there we go. So who was on the lead card after the first round?
After the first round, figure out how to do that.
I got it.
That's cool. Udis has a link to Jomez's. Oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry, y'all. Banner. All right, I got it right here. So after the first round on the lead card, oh, look, they already got the second rounds up. Oh, wow. Well, so after the first round, I know I can't go back now to see who was on the lead card after the first round, but round 2 happened today. And as of now, Nico LaCastro and Joel Freeman are tied for first place.
I got it.
At 16 down. Is that from round 1?
Yeah, man.
Sorry, guys. We're a little discombobulated here. But we got some, well, actually, after day 2, so I don't know if you saw who was on the lead card day 1, or even just like looked down after the first round, but you was kind of like, like, where's everybody? Like, and then you go down and you see Paul McBeth was tied for 30th. You just really weren't seeing those big names right at the top. And then after round 2, now that I'm looking at it, first place and Joel Freeman. First place is Joel Freeman and Nico Castro. Then you have Dustin Keegan in 3rd, Eagle in 4th, Devin Owens in 6th, Jesse Adams in 5th. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip you. Ricky Wysocki, AJ Risley, Seppo Paju, Paul McBeth, Kevin Jones, Drew Gibson, Kayla Viska. So I'm seeing a lot of those top names that we thought we would probably see after the first round top moving their way back up during the second round. And Tanner said something when we were watching it, that even though you might see names and like maybe sub 1,000 rated players like at the top, maybe after a first round, the consistency always shows through. The professionals, their true top professionals, really do prove why they're professionals, and it's because they're consistent. You know?
Well, yeah, and I come up with that because I mean this is the beginning of the year, so I mean we might see some new names come up to the top, similar like James Conrad last year. Chris Dickerson, I think, kind of showed up, and now they're kind of household names. So after the first round, we didn't see anybody in the top 10 that we really knew. You know, like
Nico. I knew Nico.
Well, Nico, yeah, but I mean, like your Eagles, your Pauls, your Rickies, your
essentially
your
just
Simons,
your top 20
they were like
in the world.
The top 15-ish. And after day 2, you could see all those big names are slowly moving their way up. I think every one of them, almost all, had a better showing the next day, or at least comparatively, they got strokes back.
Looks like it.
So I mean, we could still see some changes happen, but I just feel like the household names, the Drew Gibsons and everybody.
Rise up to
is Dawson Turner in this tournament?
Yeah,
he's one of the ones I want to look out for this year. He's like my dark horse.
I like Austin Turner a lot. Yeah, he's down. He's in 44th place. He's even for the tournament after 2 rounds. Now, guys, take this all with a grain of salt. I've just been even watching the Jomez. They were just saying like how windy it was. So the people who teed off early got like no wind and shot 10 down was the hot round.
Yeah.
And then Eagle shot 5 down on the feature card, which was the last card to play, and it was like the wind was just came guns ablaze, and it was just like
it was crazy. Like Wysocki had like 3 or 4 putts where he threw it upside down.
Yeah, grenade shots from Eagle, just anything to fight the wind. All layups. They're playing very conservatively, especially from like 30, 40 out.
Especially from Simon and Eagle. I mean, those are the guys that go crazy. They go, non-conservative 90% of the time, and Sexton was the one who was biting off
He was the most aggressive.
Yeah. That par 4 290-foot hole is kind of nuts,
Triple
though.
Island.
Triple Island. Everybody was laying up, and Sexton's like, nope, forehand, and he barely missed. He ended up taking a toilet.
He missed from the drop zone,
He missed from the drop zone, too.
It's okay. Sorry, these are all spoiler alerts. You guys should assume. But we're just here to talk about disc golf. We haven't talked about it.
This is kind of our pros and con tests segment that we're starting. We might change that name, too, but we want to kind of give you guys a wrap-up in case you guys don't have enough time to watch Jomez. We want to kind of give you some insight on how the tournaments are going and who the names... Who's doing what, who's coming up at the top.
Totally.
Speaking of which...
Yeah, that's enough about the men. We talk about the men too much.
In the female open division, there is a local from Spokane, Washington. She's from Spokane, right? Not from anywhere else.
She's from Spokane.
Sai Ananda?
Sai Parananda. So first of all, before we go any farther, I think it's funny. So she changed it. On PDGA, her name used to be Sai, quotations Par, Ananda. Her last name is spelled A-N-A-N, so Anand, and D-A, so Ananda. So it's like she only throws Par Ananda, like that's it, which is really good, right? Because if you threw Par Ananda, you'd always be under par.
Yeah.
So Sai Ananda, 2016 Amateur World Championship, or a champion.
She's got a belt.
She does. She's actually a 2-time world champion. The year before that, she won, correct me if I'm wrong, Sai, but she won junior amateur world championships when she was like 18. You know how there's like the 19 and under division. So that is crazy. We got 2-time world champ, local, coming from Spokane all the ways down. I've played with her a decent amount of times, a handful of times. I met her parents, super supportive. Her parents are just like the most supportive parents
Yeah,
in
I
the
met her dad before.
They're
It's
down
pretty
there,
cool.
helping her out, helping raise tour funds for her to get down to places like this in Vegas and whatnot. And she came and she showed up.
What did she place after first round?
After first round, she was tied for first with none other than Katrina Allen.
Nananda.
And Nananda. Then Katrina Allen. So imagine how she felt being like going out there shooting, coming in 2 down and being like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm like, tomorrow not only am I on the lead card, but I'm like leading this tournament, the first NT of this season. And I think that this tournament has a lot of eyes on it just because we've all been deprived of disc golf.
Yeah.
So
we've been trying to help you guys out, but I mean, the pros were the amateur league.
Totally.
And it's really cool because the PDGA, they like blew her up on social media.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have that much social media. She doesn't really have an Instagram.
Just Facebook.
She kind of has a Facebook, but there's
not really her style is like social media. She's just like kind of free-spirited, nature-ish.
Yeah, which is cool. I respect
awesome.
it.
Yeah, no, she's
But
cool.
the PDGA had a little like a talk about it, and they're like, if you guys don't know this name, you need to start watching because she's going to be leading, which is cool. Is this the first year that she's actually like traveled?
She played, so she's sponsored by Latitude 64. She got picked up by Latitude 64 after her 2016 world champion win, amateur world champion win. And last year, I know she traveled a little bit, and she would travel like locally and stuff. And I think she went down to a couple big tournaments. I can actually look, but if you go on the front page of the PDGA, she's right there. A blissful weapon.
And that's her name.
They
first
call
name
her
and her
a
last name.
blissful weapon. 21-year-old Sai Anada tied with Katrina Allen. Imagine that. And honestly, guys, like no one's more deserving of this. Like I haven't heard I don't think this girl has a mean bone in her body. I've never heard anything negative come out of her mouth. It's just like flowers and sunshine and birdies.
In one of her interviews, she basically says her name is after like the weapon, the Sai, and then her middle name means like bliss, and that's why she basically says that's my. Is that the?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, she says that's my like mantra for disc golf.
She said This is a quote from her. I've kind of taken that into a disc golf philosophy and trying to be aggressive with my pleasant demeanor.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and I think she says something like, "Yeah, I'll be playing the course," and I'll be like, "Oh, there's a butterfly." Like,
yeah, she does. Go watch her interview on PDGA's Facebook on there. We shared it on
our utility page on Facebook.
Exactly, guys. So that's just so awesome to have somebody local, and seriously, like playing with her. If you knew her, you know that she's like so deserving of being on the lead card, being in first place. And after the second round, she did not fall off. This isn't a fluke, guys. She's tied for third.
Yeah,
she's tied for third. Hopefully they keep her on the lead card. I'm not sure how they decide it when there's like 3 people tied for third.
Yeah, Paige Pierce battled back. She was like 15th after the first round, I think.
Yeah, she shot hot today. She got real hot.
Yeah, and so Paige, I mean, the best rise to the top, you know.
Yeah,
so,
it's that consistency. Even if they have an off day, they'll come back.
Off day, I think, was just because it's one of the first tournaments. I mean, some people have been playing in Thailand and some other tournaments, some of the pros, but the first like real big national tour stop, and it was super windy. I feel like the conditions, it was kind of a rough way to begin the season for a lot of these pros.
And, well, not taking away anything from Sai at all, but Sai had like a 7:40 tee time in the morning. But I know it was like, I think it was like 38 degrees or 32, I guess. It's like really cold there. Comparatively. And she started off with 4 birdies in a row. So that's no fluke. That's her skill showing through. And she's keeping calm in the national tour, teeing off, rocking 4 birdies in a row. That's just killer. So shout out to Sai, guys. Watch out for her. She's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, look at if you guys follow the women's divisions, Katrina Allen, she's one of the, she's always in the top.
Household name.
Yeah, household name. Paige Pierce, 4-time world champ. Then you got Sai, who's going to be a known name. And then you have Kona, who is pretty popular online.
Kona has a huge social media following, and watching her game increase is pretty sweet. And I'm sure she's like, holy cow, I'm right up here in a national tour. This is a national tour. That's just so amazing that they're doing this well.
And she's pretty young. So I think it's exciting to kind of see her career start right now. And so she's going to be a new name. I bet you're going to see her around for a while. But then you get back to Sarah Hokum, one of the greats. Jessica Weiss, always on lead cards. Lisa, I'm going to say her name wrong.
Bajicus?
Bunches, I think is how you say it.
But sorry, Lisa.
She's a name to watch this year too. I think she's going to be battling for like top 3. I think she ended actually last year in the top 3.
She had a good year. Was she the breakout player of the year last year on the Ultra World things. They put out some like sweet awards last year. Ultra World did, so you should check that out.
And then Jennifer Allen wrapping up, 8th. She's another household name.
Totally. With women's professional disc golf, I think it's a little easier to have these recognizable names because there's not that many of them. But it's great to see these newer names like Sai and Kona coming up. I'm sure you noticed there's just a lot more women around your communities, hopefully playing disc golf, and that this is going to be a trend that keeps on increasing because we need that. We need that exposure. We need that versatility inside disc golf to help grow the sport as a whole. Like we said, like we want to do, that includes women as well. So this is just awesome to be able to be talking about them, but to also be talking about something that we personally know being out there. So back to Sai, she shot 2 under par, 56 opening round at Las Vegas Challenge. And it was 1,000 rate. It was over 1,000 rated. I don't think it was her first 1,000 rated round ever. I can go to.
Am I looking at this right next? Is this round 2?
That should be round 2, or is that?
I don't know.
That would be round 1.
Yeah, because she
birdied
birdie, par, birdie.
Yeah.
She start the tournament off the new year. That's crazy.
So Sai she shot as a 10-14 rated round from the General Store Open in 2016. She has a 1,000 rated round, a 10.07 rated round from Twin Falls Classic in 2017. And then now she has that, it was like 10, is it 10-10? What did they rate it? The last one anyways, it's over 1,000 rated round. So that's her third 1,000 rated round. And I can only say I've ever shot 1,000 rated round in my life.
I messaged the PDGA to get my round from my first tournament I ever played.
Side note.
So hopefully they add that so I can be like 980 when I go to GBO this year.
980 intermediate player. What's up?
What's up?
Just kidding.
We're
in advanced. Sweet, guys. So that's kind of like about the Las Vegas Challenge. We're excited to see round 2 coverage. Make sure to be checking that out at Jomez. They're doing that next day coverage, which is sweet. And it's very high quality productions.
Yeah, they definitely stepped it up. They got some new graphics.
Mm-hmm. I love the ticker down below. If you guys saw, they have a ticker that has the score of each player at all times, just so you have to know and don't have to wait in between holes or anything like that, which I thought was just a nice improvement. Jomez is somebody, is a group that is pushing disc golf in the right direction as well, really bringing that professionalism to it, kind of like Paul Macbeth does in the way he dresses. Love it.
Yep.
Love it. So, and if you're not seeing, here, let's talk about this too. This is not every pro is at Las Vegas right now because the Memorial is next weekend. And I know some pros are really just not into that whole like grind out Las Vegas for 4 days and then drive to Arizona and try to get, practice like 3 more courses.
Yeah.
And play again. So I know that Nate Doss and Valerie Jenkins, I think I saw them. They were flying down for the Memorial. They're not playing in Vegas right now. So some of them are making that decision to do that. So don't fret. Doesn't mean that your favorite pros aren't touring still. It just means that they're probably getting a little more prepared.
Yeah.
Guys, what was that? We'll give one more little on the women's. How's Hannah Macbeth doing? Newest Macbeth.
Oh, Hannah Macbeth.
Hannah Macbeth. Isn't that funny to say now?
Mrs. Macbeth.
Mrs. Macbeth.
She is tied for 17th. We kind of see her career start as well.
She's only been playing for like 2 years, and I guess her like mentor's okay at disc golf.
Yeah,
he's all right.
Paul.
Just kidding. It's Paul Macbeth, 4-time world champion. She's got a good head on her shoulders and a good guy by her side to help her get through that. So it's exciting to see her do well. I saw her post on Instagram today that she shot for the first 9 holes that she played. She shot really well, and then she said she fell off a little bit, but she felt so confident out on the course. And I think that's even more important than how you shot. It's just to feel that confidence, to be able to put your putts in the cage, rip it off the tee, and just trust your abilities and all that training that I know that they put in, because she's pretty active on social media and showing us all that stuff.
Yeah, the other one I want to highlight, Madison Walker. I think she was injured last year.
Mm-hmm. She got injured for a while.
She's tied for 10th. So even after, kind of not being able to practice, it seems like last year, she's still, in the hunt next 2 rounds.
Yeah, she definitely has not fallen off.
I have 2 of my new favorite discs. They're called Thunderpeckers.
Thunderpeckers. What a weird name.
I commented that on her social media, and she goes, you got to have like a catchy name. So anyway, I have 2 of the Tour Series Glow Thunderbirds, max weight, pink, cool stamps.
I love
Nova
the stamp.
Kinda, yeah.
Did she draw the stamp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it was just like supporting them that way. Like, you draw the stamp, give them their name on it, and then it all goes. All these tour fundraisers just all go to help out the pros. They get royalties, I'm assuming, from them to help stay on tour and whatnot. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I have 2 of those. I'm excited to throw them. Maybe we'll do a little video on them. Maybe a short Instagram clip.
Yeah. Just a little update on for us. We haven't been as active on our YouTubes and whatnot, our YouTubers. Because it's really, really cold here and it started snowing again. All that talk of us saying, like, it looks like winter's going away. It's 50, 60 degrees. We were out playing rounds. That stopped. It's back down to, let's see, what's it right now? I don't even want to know.
Pretty cold.
Pretty cold. It's around like 25 degrees or so. It's snowing outside. So don't fret. We are not stopping doing our disc reviews. Actually, once it warms up a little bit and our drone and cameras can actually fly and turn on, it says it's too cold for the batteries to work. It says too cold. Please heat up the battery. Yeah,
we have to like put them on the defrost. At least that's how we had to do it last time. But
and it still like gets cold right away again. But we're going to be coming back hard. We got hard, bro. We got some good disc reviews coming. We got disc reviews from Discmania, Dynamic, Prodigy now. And we're really excited to do all these. We're just itching to get back out, though. So don't fret.
We're trying to up the production quality even more. I know that's crazy to think about.
Crazy, man.
But we're trying to maybe make our dish reviews a little bit more concise, a little bit more...
Not scripted. But just more...
Like, we're not going to basically ramble as much.
To the point.
We're going to try to be between 5 to 10 minute disc reviews. And we're going to try to do some more, like, comparison videos. I know... when we put out the short Luster DDX video, somebody wanted to see how it compared to, or the PDX compared to the Destroyer. So when we do the PDX review, I'm going to try to get a Destroyer and the DDX to try to do a little side-by-side comparison for you guys. If you guys like those side-by-side comparisons, I know there's a lot of other YouTube videos where people do like the Destroyer versus the Defender. Mm-hmm. We can do stuff like that, but I think it might be better if we just focus on one disc, and then if you guys appreciate the shot trackers between some other plastics, we can try to add that in.
Yeah, kind of mash those up into one video. I like how we did that.
We have we're gonna have like some filming days, and I'm gonna be editing for days.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting to work hard. So we just want to give you a little update on that.
The 6x6, the second 6x6 on the last 6 discs we've reviewed. I'm in the process of editing it. It's all kind of the roadmap is planned, and now I just need to throw in some graphics and some music, and maybe we'll do some commentary on it just to dabble in that to see how we might want to do tournament coverage.
We're going to do that the opposite of Slomez follow flights. We're going to do...
I don't want to give him that.
Something else?
Well...
Just be on the lookout. It's going to be fun.
We're going to put the utility touch on it.
Utility touch. But cool. So we just want to give you an update on that. Let's head into a different topic right now. For Tanner's topics, we were going to talk about... Vibram, if you haven't heard.
So we want to work with all these disc golf companies, and these guys are jumping out of the game. What the heck?
We scared them, did we?
Yeah. We're like, we want to work with everybody, and they're like, dude, we're out. Like, you're never going to work with us. We're out of disc golf. So Vibram is shutting down their disc manufacturing. So Vibram is a shoe company, primarily.
They're a rubber company, I think.
Are they?
That's like what they like specialize in, is like rubber and shoes.
You think they're going to bounce back?
Was that a rubber pun?
Yes, it was.
They're shutting down. They're shutting down their disc golf manufacturing. Now, I know Vibram's not the most popular disc. I've thrown like one from my buddy who used one because they're like some of them, their plastics are so soft that he would use it for like up shots. And surprisingly, it was like a really stable putter. I can't remember what it was called, but it would just like boom and bounce and just like stay there.
A lot of people I've seen putt with those super floppy putters from Vibram. I haven't really seen... I know a lot of people like the Lace, which is an understable, I think, fairway driver. I always thought their plastic was kind of odd. Like...
It looked cool sometimes. It had like cool Play-Doh.
Yeah, kind of looked like hard Play-Doh that didn't crack. But they have like their... The one thing I noticed that was different than others is they have their logo embossed on the top of the flight plate on like one side. And I know that... I don't know.
And on the bottom of the shoes.
Just aerodynamics, I feel like that would like cause a weird like wind issue on one side of the disc.
Yeah, I'm not really sure like what their like approach to disc golf was, like, because we didn't throw them. I always know they had like the speed of like miles per hour of how fast you should throw this disc.
Really?
Yeah, and it has like, I don't know if you guys ever did this when I first started playing disc golf. I like drew with a Sharpie. I was like, oh, it's gonna fly like this, and I'd draw like a straight line with a little fade, and I would be like, oh, I need that one for sure.
Yeah.
And they had that, but it had the actual miles per hour of like the speed of the disc, like getting real precise on it.
Maybe that's why they didn't sponsor like Eagle.
Didn't have miles per hour that went that high.
Yeah.
They just didn't have discs that could be thrown that fast. So there. If you guys are in tune with disc golf and the National Tour, Disc Golf Pro Tour, the Vibram Open or the Maple Hill Open, last year was the last year of it being the Vibram Open.
This year it's going to be the MVP.
The MVP Open, and I wonder if that was like because like they already knew they were kind of like inching their way back out of the disc golf game. I'll read you guys a quick thing from Vibram that just kind of gives you the overall details of what they said. And this is from Vibram. So. Greetings, Vibram disc golf customers. We have made the very hard decision to exit the sport of disc golf. We feel that the sport of disc golf deserves more attention and effort than our business is able to provide, given the volume of resources needed for the much larger segments of our business. So like they have like the whole shoe. I have like work boots that are all Vibram soles. If you look around, you probably see Vibram a lot more places than you think.
They're famous for at least what I know about them, which I don't agree with this shoe. But the toe shoes.
Why don't you agree with the shoe?
Go to school for exercise science and you'll realize that is not a very good way to design a shoe.
That doesn't sound like a disc golf topic we should get into.
But I'm just saying, that's what I think most people know them for. If they are, as far as other than disc golf, is those fingerless shoes that you see on.
Totally. Okay, so continuing what they said, we have had a hard time developing a disc golf focused business unit that can offer the product lineup, marketing efforts, and event support needed to properly support the sport of disc golf in the role of a manufacturer. Please see your nearest Vibram disc golf retailer and stock up before they are gone. We truly appreciate your partnership in our disc golf business and believe that in the end, this is the very best direction for us as a brand, no matter how hard of a decision this has been. Best regards, Jeff. So you think a bunch of people are going to miss him? Sorry, no.
I have a feeling they're just going to people are going to be like, oh, you going to Vibram Open? And they'll be like, no, dude.
The MVP Open.
MVP Open. And then like in 2 years from now, it's going to just be like.
Well, so that says one thing. So I've played with a guy who's like thrown only Vibram. Every time you see somebody who throws like Vibram, you're like, Vibram? Like you throw Vibram? Like have you heard of
vibing?
Are you vibing for Vibram, bro? So I don't think that they're not making a ton of money off of this, or unless they wouldn't decide to take it off. So they were probably losing money on it.
I could see that. I mean, the one thing that they had going for them, which I think is the hardest thing to do when you're a disc golf company, is the manufacturing. I think it's hard to make money in disc golf unless you're making discs.
And constantly pouring in 100% of your efforts into discs. Yeah.
So you see, like Dynamic, they partnered up with the manufacturing companies in Sweden. Discmania partnered up with Innova's manufacturing company. So you kind of have to I feel like you have to have a company that's already had an established production line basically before you can get into it, or otherwise it's a big uphill battle.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, they kind of had the resources to do it because they have a lot of rubber for their shoes and things, so it kind of made sense. But they kind of were trying to fill I don't know what kind of niche they were trying to fill. I mean,
yeah, it's not like there already wasn't discs being made. It's not like
if you think about it, like MVP is their niche is the gyro.
Yeah,
and
they're overmolds.
They're overmolds, yeah. And so I kind of feel like Vibram and MVP, I'm not sure when they started, but I feel like they kind of grew at the same time.
Like 0 comments and stuff on it, so
yeah,
it looks like a bunch of people didn't. I feel like it kind of got blown over, like it wasn't a big deal. Like imagine if Discraft was like, we're done. But what would Discraft do? Like that'd be a shutdown of a whole company. That's why I think they can do this, or they are doing this, because they're like, dude, we do shoes, like we do rubber. Like maybe they got into it because like, well, we have the material, we can make discs out of rubber, you know? And they're like, oh wait.
Yeah, I mean, just from like a branding standpoint, I feel like I can't think of what's made them stand apart besides, having shoes.
It was For me, like when I thought Vibram, I thought just like rubber. I thought rubber discs. I thought really floppy rubber discs. And
Not plastic discs.
not plastic. And that's the thing. Like they're not plastic. I thought of like rubber. So it just didn't seem to fully fit. Slightly not. I wouldn't call it an outcast. Oh, here it says the rubber disc golf manufacturer is leaving 10 years after 10 years in the sport.
10 years.
So it was a decade. So they started in 2008.
Impressive, actually.
It's cool that they did sponsor the Vibram or the Maple Hill Open and the Vibram Open. They were giving back to the disc golf world like that. And
Yeah, I really like
recognition.
I really like that tournament.
Love that course. I want to play there.
Yeah, bucket list.
Bucket list.
So yeah, I mean, it sucks that we're losing a company, but I mean,
It's probably just making room for maybe a new company to come up. Maybe somebody that's ready to pour all of their ventures and money and time and effort into developing good media, a good product.
I think, yeah, I mean, coming from our standpoint of being, I guess we could say we're disc golf media members now, you have to have a good media like presence, a good social media presence in order to be successful.
Yes.
These nowadays.
Yep.
If you look at the Year of the Shield for Discmania, they're pushing it hard now. They're trying to put out a lot of content. They're trying to give back to the sport through like videos and informational videos. Dynamic is probably the best company in the sport as far as social media goes. I think they're always giving you guys
just going live. They're just going live.
They're always in the warehouse showing you what kind of things are going. Innova's kind of kicking it up. If you look at the tournament that the Las Vegas Open, there's a lot of little.
It's all sponsored by Innova. Well, they have an Innova course. Like one of the courses is like primarily sponsored by Innova. There's like disc golf values is one of the course, and there's an Adidas course, and there's an Innova course.
Yeah. So I just, maybe one of the reasons why they didn't do so well is I can't think of like any videos or any content that really stood out to me online.
The only thing was when you randomly saw a Vibram disc in somebody's bag, or the Vibram Open, which isn't that anymore. It's like once they lost that, it was like, who?
What was that comment on our Facebook? Did you see that? It was like whenever I threw an whenever I threw a Vibram disc, it felt like I was throwing the lid to my Tupperware.
A Tupperware lid? Ooh, harsh.
Harsh.
We didn't say that.
We didn't say that, but it was on a Facebook post I saw.
That's just news. That's just kind of like news coming out of the disc golf world. Shutting down. I don't really have anything more to say about it.
I mean, MVP, if you think about their social media, I can't really think of any like pros that stand out except for
they just
Matt
picked
Dollar.
up somebody. Is that who it was?
Yeah. Which, I mean, he's a good pro, but the thing I noticed them for is they sponsor a lot of Central Coast, and I think Jomez maybe, and their commercials are like very high quality.
Dude, I love their graphics.
Yeah, I just want their discs just because their like 30-second ad spots are so sick.
I feel like they're scientists.
Yeah, and
I feel
that's
like
one
they're
thing
just
that
two
draws me to
scientists
them.
in lab coats that just like and just develop like sweet ads and colorful discs, and they have awesome stamps. I see sweet stamps.
Their stamp game's the best. I think Innova kind of took a page out of their book this year with those tournament stamps. They're double foil.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those like XXL stamps and just like all the...
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about that, like we just named off a lot of things that is kind of known about the brands.
Mm-hmm.
And Vibram.
Yeah, tell us something you know about
just
it.
Crickets.
I do know one person. There was a gentleman I played with out at Farragut State Park one day, and he has a full Vibram bag. Like, that's all he throws. So I wonder how he's feeling. I'm sure there are people out there who are hurting, and they're like, no! Like, what am I going to do, right? And you're going to have to find something else or buy them all now, you know? I'm interested to see in a few years, maybe even 10 years from now, how much do you think the value of these discs will go up? Do you think? Maybe? We'll see. I'm predicting it's going to be like Bitcoin. It's going to turn into like $16,000 a disc. So? Yeah. Get them while they're hot.
I kind of feel like they might just recycle their discs back into shoes.
They just take them off the shelf, smelt them back into rubber, and make their own soles again.
Yeah.
Totally.
What Vibram should do is like just make disc golf shoes. Like, why step away from your company that you're kind of running? You know, they make shoes.
Wow.
Why don't they just like put all their effort instead of making discs? Like,
that's a really good idea.
Don't make that jump. They might make shoes that are for disc golf, but I think since they already have like 10 years of being in the business, they could be taking over what Adidas kind of started with. I feel like Adidas kind of runs the disc golf shoes right now, and then they kind of stepped away from Paul. But I know a lot of people are still. They didn't
step away from Paul. Paul stepped away from them.
Okay, Miss Macbeth.
Listen, he needs more money.
But But I mean, yeah, I mean, I would rock some Vibram shoes if they had some legit like hiking
They're
/
great
athletic
rubber.
shoes. Yeah.
They're great shoes. I had them for my work shoes, and they're solid shoes.
Yeah, Jeff, if from Vibram, if you want to talk to Utility Disc Golf, we'd be happy to be product testers. We can give you insight into the game.
Send them over.
Even do some reviews on them.
Send them on over, Jeff. All right. Well, that's just some news.
We do a minute of silence.
Okay, we'll just do a moment of silence, not a minute. Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
Well, that was a little weird. All right, guys. Well, we kind of talked about that. Las Vegas Challenge. Stay up for that. We're going to be back doing probably our next podcast, talking about the Memorial, talking about coverage of that. We're going to be talking about who won Las Vegas. You want to make a prediction right now before it goes on? You got Nico Acasio throwing hot.
How well did Nico do in that Thailand tournament? Did he win it?
Yeah, he came back. In one of them, yeah, he came back. The Swine Classic or something like that. Anyways, he came back and won. So he's feeling good. Who do you predict is going to win? Do you think Paul's so Paul got second in the Wintertime Open. We didn't talk about that, but it's okay.
And Eagle is doing really well in the Wintertime Open too.
I'm gonna make a prediction for the winner of FPO and MPO right now, and we'll see if we're right, and you can do the same. I'm gonna say winner. Sorry, I'm gonna actually open up Las Vegas Challenge real quick, and look at this.
I'm gonna do my picks because I think I got it.
Okay, you got it. Okay, he's gonna go first.
Men's winner. Spoilers alert, because I'm gonna be right. Men's winner of the Las Vegas Challenge is gonna be Eagle. I think it's the year of the bird.
I saw this meme today that said I think it's really weird how we overlook that parrots can talk. And I was like, that's really true.
That's pretty funny.
Anyways, okay, so you think Eagle?
Eagle for men's, and I'm gonna place my bets on the 4-time world champ. I'm gonna say Paige Pierce is gonna win. I love Sai, local girl, but
respect it. I respect it. She's new.
She's new. It's
need experience.
First tournament. I think Paige is gonna just flex those rings and gonna take it on home.
Okay, so you got Paige and Eagle, and I'm gonna say so.
Well, let's just say so. I'm placing my bets on the current second place women's leader, or player, with 2 rounds to go. She's 2 strokes back, so that's not much of a stretch. With the men's, I'm guessing Eagle, and I think Eagle's in third.
Yeah, Eagle's in third. Eagle's in 3 strokes behind the lead.
Eagle's 3 strokes behind the lead. So I'm not making the craziest of guesses. I mean, if I wanted to go crazy, I might guess Drew Gibson or Simon Lizotte, but
I'm gonna throw a wrench in your. I don't know what the saying is, but Paul Macbeth's gonna win.
Oh, you think
I just think he lost by 1 stroke in the Wintertime Open. He never finished out of the top 3 last year. I just think he's just I am so sick and tired of being this close to winning. And the consistency of him at the top is amazing. So I think he's just going to prove that consistency like you talked about. He's going to rise to the top just like consistency always does. Paul Macbeth's going to win, and I'm guessing he's going to win by 2 strokes. Okay?
Who's going to come in second? McMahon?
I don't want to guess second. I don't know. And Sai's going to win FPO.
Oh, local.
So Paul and Sai. I don't even think it's because she's local. I literally think she can do it.
That's good.
She's a good girl.
You know her better than I do.
So we'll see next time if we're right, guys. Anyways, so we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up like a Jimmy John sandwich. I'm kind of hungry. That's what I'm talking about, sandwiches. We should go eat some dinner after this. Comment below where we should go eat. Just kidding. You're listening to a podcast, so you can't comment.
Yeah.
If you're hungry right now, too, while you're listening to this, just imagine that me and Tanner are eating there with you, and we're all having a big utility meal together.
And we're just mourning the loss of Vibram. All we are is dust in the wind.
Oh, I was singing Celine Dion.
Oh.
All we are is dust.
I guess we just figured out which song we're both gonna play at our funerals. You're gonna play Celine Dion, and I'm playing Kansas, Dust in the Wind. All right, so that's our episode 6 of the Stay Fly podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna be coming out with more videos on our YouTube soon. So, we're still there. We're still gonna post some stuff. I just need to edit the 6 for 6, which Jomez and Central Coast. Can we give a shout out to them, because I'm doing 6 holes of coverage. And granted, it might be 9 holes compared to how many times we throw, but it's tough to edit that kind of stuff.
It's like they don't have full-time jobs or something. Like disc golf is their full-time job. It's weird. It's like they're like get paid to go on tour. Jomez.
Yeah.
I'm just jelly.
Hashtag Utility Disc Golf 2019 tournament coverage.
Hashtag
GoFundMe account. But GoFundMe.com/Utility Disc Golf 2018-19 coverage.
Hashtag watch out. We're coming for you. But really, we're not coming for you. We just want to come work with you.
Yeah. Hashtag we'll get the second lead card.
Yeah, we got you. That's where I think disc golf should be heading. One more note is we're going to get more coverage on more cards. So guys, you can just count us. We're going to be
might be interesting.
We're the chase card filmers. We'll become like known for just filming the chase card.
Or we could be the last card.
Or the last card, and just give those guys a fighting chance to either showcase why they're there or to showcase why they shouldn't be there.
That'd be funny.
Either way.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Stay tuned for next week when we wrap up the Las Vegas challenge. We kind of do a recap of that, and we're going to kind of give a preview or kind of an overview of what's happened in the memorial.
Definitely, guys. Excited about it. So until next time, stay fly. Bow, bow.
I'm going to play our little intro again, but it's going to be backwards.
Play the intro, baby. I think it would be called an outro right now.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks. We love you.